on, I'm going to be speaking to you about the impact that we've had due to restrictions for the past
Mm.
years during COVID time. This has had a very big impact on our young people, especially our young people. There's a lot of them right now who are suffering with their self-confidence, self-love, and just socializing and getting back into the community. Um, if you can just tell our listeners out there a little bit about yourself, who is Jasmine?
Oh, good question. So Jasmine, the surname is pronounced Mbye. So like I always think of like tasty, like and then bye. So Mbye. I would like to call myself a young woman, even though technically maybe it's a little bit of a lie, but it depends on your perspective of young. So I'm a woman who
So
is
I said you still do look young, so you pass
Yeah,
through.
that's what I'm just riding on that. The look young. We're not gonna examine the grey hairs or anything like that. Yeah. So, yeah. I am a really passionate individual who has been through a lot, and that has made me, I think, more compassionate than I would have maybe otherwise been, because I can relate to the struggles that women have gone through around things like abuse. And I've coined the term like the empowerment champion, because that's what I want to be known for and known as, a woman that seeks to empower others. And when you look at the definition of the word empowerment, it's to if you're becoming empowered, I should say, it's about growing in your confidence and becoming stronger so that you can understand and live in accordance to the rights that you have. And one of the things I'm just really passionate about is us living as we can live, in terms of, so often we can do things, but we're held back by ourselves more than anything else, by the
Anymore.
beliefs that we have. Yeah, the limitations that are in our mind more than they are externally. And so, yeah, that's my mission, is really just to empower women and teen girls so that they can live a life that is in accordance to their true desires, not what they feel they have to live, and they can achieve those goals and those dreams that may otherwise seem like they're a bit of a really unattainable thing. And
Mhm.
so, yeah, I'm passionate about that. I am, a TEDx speaker, a trainer, a coach, and an overcomer of abuse. And so I have a heart for those that have suffered things like abuse or bullying, where it really can break you down. But I know what it's like to rebuild yourself. And so that's where well-being is something that is really important to me, because I know that if you can feel confident in who you are, if you can love yourself, like you were saying, these things kind of stand you in better stead to deal with the challenges of life. Like when we've got crazy things going on in the world, like a pandemic, and it's affected our young people. But it's affected a lot of people when you're our age, who are still a bit nervous about, how much they mix with other people, or they don't even understand why now they feel a kind of anxiety about doing some of the things that they once did without a thought. Because if you do something for long enough, it becomes a norm.
Yes.
So that
But it's
now,
what I'm
yeah.
saying earlier on, Jasmine, that the
Mm,
pandemic really had a very, very big adverse impact on our social and our well-being, our
yeah,
mental health. It has really, really put a lot of people in a situation where some people don't even know how to go out anymore. They're so
mm,
used to be in their own homes by themselves, and it's just become something that they've learned to live with. And now
that's
it's
right.
like a baby taking those first steps again, to start walking, and it's
Yep,
gone to back to that for some people, isn't it?
that's right. And literally, you've hit the nail on the head there. It is, for a lot of people, it's like learning to socialize all over again. Because for practically 2 years, we have been told it's dangerous to mix with other people. And
Yes,
anything that you repeatedly hear, you come to believe. So
yes,
even though, like people are saying, we're not out of the woods, but the massive danger that there was once thought to be, that is understood to have been diminished in terms of we can manage it.
hmm,
Yet there's something in people's psyche that's like, I'm still not really convinced, because we've come to believe, people are a danger, unfortunately, and we've got to now retrain our brain to know otherwise. For a lot of people, not everyone. People like me are like, thank God it's over. You know?
well, it's not over yet. It's still out there. It's
Oh, I know.
with the vaccines, it's made it easier for us to manage what is out there, and people can get vaccinated to prevent the worse, if you ever catch COVID, the worst illness of it. I think that's
Hmm.
what most people now are thinking it's over, but it's really not. It's still up.
Yeah, it's still there. And the thing is, when I say it's over, I mean
The
the
lockdown and everything.
heightened, yeah, the heightened sense of, oh my God, this is like the dominant thing in life. That's over. COVID, I don't think is going anywhere. COVID is here to stay.
We're gonna have to learn to live with it, isn't it?
Exactly that. That's what I
Mm.
believe. Yeah.
Tell me more about your organization, the name of your organization, and how you came up with that name that you call yourself. I'm not going to say it. I'll let you say
The Like Me CIC. It's a good question, actually,
it.
because the Like Me CIC came about. I had my daughter. Unfortunately, whilst pregnant with her, I got made redundant from a major client that I was working with, and I'd already parked the business that I had back then. So was left kind of like for the first time in my life going, oh my God, I've got no income. So went and become signed on. Never done that before. And so had her. It was getting to that point now where I was like, right, my maternity's run out now. I need to start looking for work. What am I going to do? And had seen in Luton, the council had advertised in the local paper an event called the Women Like Me
Mm.
free event. I thought, well, I'm home. Let me take my daughter and go. So I did that. And then I went along to this event because it was free. I was thinking there's not going to be many people there. Turned out the room was packed, filled of women, like 200 women in this place. It was such an inspirational day. And I was just like, oh my God, I want to do this. And I'd not long moved to Luton, probably 2 years prior, because I'd worked mainly out of Luton, hadn't really immersed myself into Luton life. So it was like me beginning to do that. I'm going under the dry now, folks, but you'll still be able to hear me.
I hope it's not going to affect our sound.
Let's see. If it is, then I'll just have to pause a little bit in terms of my drying. Do let me know. But I've got the microphone here. So yeah, I then was at this event, and at the end they gave a call to action. Who's going to do this next year? And I wanted to put my hands and my legs in the air because I was like, this is exactly what I want to do. And so I don't know if you know Hanifa Mohammed. I'm sure you do.
I know, Hanifa.
She
We've
was
written a book together during lockdown.
Of course. How could I forget that connection?
Women,
Yeah. How could I forget that? Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, Hanifa was at that initial event, and I remember going to speak to her at the stand and then saying to her, "Oh, I'd love to do this." She reminded of me of that this year when I was at Dee Bailey's Simply Dee's International Women's Day event, and so literally that was when the business was birthed. Because in everything there is a silver lining if we look for it. I was unemployed, signing on, and heard about the new enterprise allowance. So I went to the job center and said to them, I want to start a business. And I was supported to do so. And because of the Women Like Me conference, I thought, you know what? Okay, I want to work with not only women, but girls. So I'll call it the Like Me. And then CIC stands for Community Interest Company. It's the type of organization that we are. And that's how we came to be known as this.
All right, interesting. I hear your story, and I'm starting to look back at how some women have always had the passion to start their own businesses, but they don't know how to. It's when you're in a situation where you've lost your job, you're signing on, you don't know what to do. I think
That's
this is
right.
some of the issues that will push you to go ahead with those ideas that you've always been putting back, because you have a job that you think, or what if I leave my job? Is things going to work for me? You always have that drawback, isn't it?
That's right. And we get comfortable. I think that's what a lot of it is. And security is something, I think as women, we're wired for it.
Yes.
We really seek that security and the uncertainty of starting your own business. I think it does scare a lot of us. But you know what, having said that, women are the ones that often lead the way with, starting businesses, and do so in quite considerable numbers. The issues we face are, though, often we're not accessing as much support as men. So we can find it that bit harder. You know, are we taking it seriously? We find a bit more of the challenges in regards to, you know, with, you know, it's that kind of you're a woman almost still prevails, unfortunately, even in today's
does.
world.
It
Yeah.
does. It does. I was actually watching there's this episode on Netflix of this.
Mm,
It's a Nigerian film where this woman is a deputy governor, and
hmm.
the governor dies, so she has to take the reins. Now she is the governor, but because she's a woman, she is facing a lot of challenges with the men on board, and they think women are meant for just the kitchen and bearing children and then looking
Yeah.
after children. So it's quite interesting. I'm really getting into it. I wonder what's going to happen next with
And
that.
it's good to see these things, like, you know, Mayor Claire is someone that I've known since starting the business. And
Yes,
I was so proud of her when she became mayor, because it's really important that we do see ourselves as women in, you know, important,
empower.
significant roles, powerful roles. Yeah, because it lets us know it's possible. I want my daughter to see that, you know, and know that she can do what she wants to do. She's not limited by her gender.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, tell me about the project that you have coming up. Before we go to that, your
Mm.
organization, you said when you started off, you had help from the job center. Uh,
Mm. The
so,
new enterprise allowance, which I
enterprise.
encourage. I think it still runs, maybe a slight name change, but I encourage anyone who is unemployed. It's a
Mm,
great way to start a business because they transition you into self-employment or business ownership,
okay.
whereby you're given support. And it's what made the difference between my business being the successful business that it is now. We haven't made loads of money, unfortunately, but you know, we're on track to make some more significant amounts. But my previous businesses, they never quite took off. And I realized it's because of that lack of support in the
Yeah.
interim stages around business, writing a business plan, you know, looking at the funding streams, cash flow forecasting, all those things that I'd never done before. Or I
Mm,
did like a 1-page business plan. So the new enterprise allowance means that you're supported
mhm.
by an organization that specializes in helping people to start their business. I think I got a onto enterprising like qualification that I studied as part of that, which taught me about all the things I'd need to consider when starting a business, as well as a mentor, one-to-one mentorship where someone's probing me and going, really, Jasmine, do you want to be a business that only relies on funding? That's
Mm.
limiting what you can do, and really challenging what I was thinking. And that has helped me no end, so that the
Oh,
business is a more sustainable business that it is now.
mhm.
So I encourage people to check that out.
Yeah, we will take the details and then add them onto our platform if anybody is interested in knowing how to start up their business and where they can get help. I'm sure that will be very helpful for them.
Yes, good. I've got another
About-
contact on that as well. SSG, I know, have just started to deliver a program, 6-week one, to support people that are wanting to start their own business. And I think it's in connection with the job center. So I'll definitely pass those details on to you. I think I'm going to be kind of guest appearing on that as well.
That would
Mm.
be fantastic. Talking about funding, which
Mm.
organizations are supporting you with funding at the moment?
The funding we've got at the moment is from Luton Council, managed by BLCF. I always get the letters the wrong way around. So yeah,
Yes.
Luton Council have funded us. They've used the BLCF to manage that, to
Mhm,
deliver our upcoming wellbeing program.
mhm,
Previously, we got funding from Near Neighbours, and that's how we actually started the business with our conferences.
mhm.
And we're in the process of applying for some more pots of funding because I've got lots more stuff that we want to start doing to empower women and girls in Luton and Bedfordshire. But yeah, currently it's the Luton Council.
Interesting.
Mm.
Now, tell us about this project that you have coming up.
Oh,
What
happily.
and where is it going to be? Is it free? Are we going to pay for it? And who can come? All those details.
Excellent. So we're going to be starting the I Am Caring for Me Wellbeing program on the 1st of June. It's a hybrid program which is free because it's funded by Luton Council for Luton residents. And so it's going to be held, the in-person sessions will be held at Marsh Farm Futures House. And then we're going to have some sessions which are only accessible online.
Mhm.
So, like I said, completely free, fully funded, 12-week program, and it's all around well-being. So we're going to have modules looking at things like confidence, stress management, rest and relaxation, finding balance, issues that are really key to
Mhm.
us living a kind of more healthy and balanced lifestyle, even looking at things like what is healthy eating, you know,
Yes.
and exercise, these really key issues that help us manage ourselves more effectively. Sessions are like 3-hour sessions. And if someone is unable to come to the in-person sessions, that's fine, because we will be streaming it so that they can access it via Zoom. So it's completely hybrid, but not every session is in person. There are just a few in-person sessions on a weekly basis on the Wednesday, but we're adding into it because we really wanted to ensure that people get maximum benefit. I have a vision that after these 12 weeks, people walk away from that feeling so much more confident, able to manage themselves and their lives. So we've added in support sessions. There'll be 4 of them. One will be looking at like overcoming trauma. We've got other sessions that are going to be looking at like the fitness and exercise. And then one will be like a drop in, let's talk about it. What have we learned? What changes are we going to make? And I'll be leading that session because I'll be inviting some guest speakers to come and lead the other support sessions. They will all be in person as well. Again, if people can't attend, they can join a virtual session. And so, yeah, in person is Marsha on Future's house. The virtual sessions will be on the Zoom platform, which most people are familiar with now, and completely at no cost.
With the pandemic, I'm sure everybody knows about it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's at no cost. This is for those that are over the age of 18. So any women are eligible to join as long as they're Luton resident.
Okay.
It's completely free. But what I am saying is if people are outside of Luton, you know, I'm not going to say they cannot join at all. So there is a little caveat there. Obviously, the funding is only for Luton residents. So they wouldn't be eligible to join the in-person sessions, unfortunately. They could only do virtual. And then there's a small cost for the admin around that. Okay. And then if someone wanted to have a one-to-one and get some action planning done in addition to what's on the course, there's an upgrade option. They could have a one-to-one with me, and then there is a fee for that too. But to do the 12 weeks, support sessions included, there's no cost. Just need to live in Luton and that's it.
Fantastic. So how do people sign up? If I say I want to come to one of your sessions, how do I sign up for that?
Drop us an email on the hello@thelikemecic.org.uk or give us a call on 01582 217 004. Sima will get in touch and we'll take down your details and book you onto the program. We have still got spaces available, so we are encouraging people to get on the course sooner rather than later. So yeah, that's how you can register.
Fantastic. I will ask you to probably drop us those details on our Facebook when we finish this session, so that if people go and watch it later on and they're thinking, oh, that was too quick, I didn't catch the number, I didn't catch the email, at least we have it there on the on our chat and in our Facebook platform.
Yeah,
so
sure.
With the 12 weeks that you're doing now, any other projects that you will be doing later in the year?
Later in the year, we're looking to get our funding so that we can start our programs again from September. And we're looking to start a girls program. It's all part of what I'm terming the Fempowerment project. And it's going to be working with women to empower them and so that they're able to really move forward in terms of their well-being and their employment. So it's going to be a combined program, but build beyond that in terms of giving them some actual skills, some experience, so they can learn to do things like a bit like this, some podcasting, that they can learn some social media, that they've got an opportunity to actually put skills into practice, which then supports them to go and get work. And we're building our connections with other organizations that can support people into employment. So they might want to go into aviation. We're building our connections with, you know, Luton Airport and the recruiters there, that have various airlines, or into care sector. So people will go through the process and actually really kind of make that connection to now go and get a job and move their life forward in the right direction. So that will be around the September time. And we'll also be doing something similar for girls, building them up through training, but also supporting them to develop the skills. But with them, got something like a magazine involved. So we're looking at helping them to develop photography skills, videography skills, interviewing skills, written skills, as well as the designing of a magazine and the business skills of selling it. So really helping them grow in their confidence, but again, in their skill set too. So there's some exciting things coming up.
Wow, that's quite exciting. You can say that again, and I can just see that most of the projects that you're doing have always been men dominated.
That's
Like
it. We want to shift that balance, man.
always been-
Yes.
it's always been, you see, it's the cameraman. You've never had the camera lady.
Rarely see a camerawoman. Exactly. Let's encourage our girls to break those barriers. Let's encourage our women to break those barriers. We can do it.
Yes,
We can have children. We can definitely do that kind of stuff.
yes. Nothing can
Yeah.
stop us. So,
But
with the projects that you're doing, which other organizations do you work with in partnership to delivering the like the one that's coming up at Future Mush from Future's house?
at the moment, we're partnering with other local organizations. So like we are supporting in different ways through like the Kickstart scheme, or have connected with organizations that are supporting women that are abused, have been abused. So we're reaching out to those organizations to say, let's partner. You know, if you've got women, then we can support them with this program. And also with in Luton, there is the Women's Network that's kind of led by the council. So
Oh,
being
yeah.
a part of that. So we're liaising with organisations in Luton and in Bedfordshire. Of course,
Mhm.
this programme in particular is a Luton-based one, so it's primarily for Luton organisations that we're liaising with. But that's what has been a real focus of mine, because I realised it was a shortcoming that I had previously, and therefore we had in the business, not nurturing those partnerships enough. So we've been working on building that a lot, joining those networks, liaising with those organisations to see where can we buddy up so that you're doing something that we're not, and then we're doing something that you're not, so we can support one another, or we can extend somebody's reach. So looking to work with organizations like housing associations that have more vulnerable clients. So in all of these ways, that's who we're kind of working with. So for example, we've got our conference coming up next month as well, on the 25th of June. And so we're looking to partner with BPHA, because this year, for the first time, the conference is actually out of Luton. It's going to be in Bedford. And so BPHA, they have got a lot of housing stock in and around the Bedford area. So we're looking to partner with them and some other organisations that are local to Bedford, but still try and maintain our Luton connections, because we want to be Bedfordshire wide. You know, we want to service the whole county.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Well, keep us informed, and we will do our best to support you wherever we can. And I'm hoping that nearer the time for your conference for this year, I can bring you back here as well, and then we can have a little talk about that and just
great.
information out there to the women in Luton.
Sounds great. I'd love to. Yeah.
That would be great. I think that's all I have for you to ask questions at the moment on this program today. And you've given us a lot of information that we're going to be pushing out there to our listeners and all those who are watching us on Facebook. So if you can send me and drop me all those email addresses and telephone numbers, then we can start directing women who are interested in joining your project that is coming up the 12 weeks on. When does it start? I forgot to ask that.
Starts on the 1st of June, Wednesday the 1st of June, and it's every Wednesday for the 12 weeks after that.
Okay. So if you can send us the details, then we can put it out there and have our girls come and learn a few things from a few mentors, and hopefully by next year, this time, we will be having camera women and
yeah, baby.
more girl presenters on radio, and so this will be something that we need to push forward and just let our young girls know, like you say, that nothing can stop you. The sky is the limit. There's nothing you can do. I mean, we give back to babies, so
yeah, that's it. If we can do that, we can do anything. The only thing that limits us is us,
ourselves.
So it's about us working on that mindset to remove the limitations, the limiting beliefs.
Yes, absolutely. Do you have any last words for our listeners out there?
It would be on that lines. It's about remembering that you are the difference. You are the difference to you. You are the difference to your family. You are the difference to your community. I believe that it starts with us, it ends with us, but it's not all about us. It's about how we go out into the world, show up and impact others, And so I've made that decision to do that in my way. My question to everyone listening is, what is your way? And are you putting into yourself enough so that you have to give?
Yes.
And that's the kind of thing, the program that we're going to be looking at is all about supporting you getting to where you need to be so you can be the best that you can be for yourself, for your family, and for your community.
Thank you, Jasmine. And
thank you so much, Mbye.
I just want to say you need to learn to love yourself first.
That's right.
Because if you don't love yourself first, how do you expect people to love you out there? And just believe in yourself, really, to be honest. And the rest will just work its way. And the sky is the limit. Thank you,
Exactly.
Jasmine.
Thank you so much, Lady Mbye. It was lovely to speak with you. And I look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Thank you so much. With that, thank you everybody who's joined us on our program, Empower Hour. I've been speaking to Jasmine Jasmine Mbye.
Mbye, yeah.
Jasmine Mbye. I have to get used to that one. Jasmine, thank you. And enjoy the rest of your. I'll let you get on with your hair.
I'm almost there now. But thank you. Yes. Great to speak with you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Wow, thank you everybody who's been listening to us this afternoon. That was Jasmine Mbye, and she's got a lot that is coming up for young women out there. I just need you to watch our space on our Facebook and also on our website on www.pamtengo.com. We will be putting up all the information on there if you've missed the details. So with that, until next time, I say stay blessed and stay safe.
World Cargo International, the experts in shipping to the Caribbean, with weekly sailings to Kingston, Jamaica, and fortnightly sailings to Trinidad, Barbados, Dominica, St. Lucia, and more. We can ship almost anything from personal effects to excess baggage to cars and vans and plant machinery. We can even supply containers and barrels direct to your home address. And collection is simple too. We simply come to you. World Cargo International, taking the hassle out of shipping. Pop in and see us at 55A Princess Street, Luton, LU1 580. Call us on 01582 733 711 or see us online at worldcargoint.com.